I came home early from a business trip and found nearly 100 relatives inside my house. Cars lined both sides of the street. Music blasted through open windows. Someone had hung a giant banner across my garage that read, "Family First Reunion Weekend." I just stood there in my driveway staring at my own house like I was the outsider. Then my older brother Daniel stepped out onto the porch holding a drink and laughing with people I didn't even recognize. The second he saw me, his smile disappeared. "You weren't supposed to be back until tomorrow," he said immediately. Tomorrow. Like my schedule mattered more than the fact that he'd filled my house with strangers without permission. I walked past him without answering. Inside looked worse. Kids running through the hallway with food in their hands. Someone had moved my furniture. A stain spread across my living room carpet. Two men were carrying coolers through my kitchen like they owned the place. Then I saw my mother standing near the dining room arranging trays of food. When she noticed me, she forced a nervous smile. "It's just family," she said softly. "Don't overreact." That sentence alone told me nobody there believed they'd done anything wrong. My father appeared beside her and crossed his arms. "We wanted everyone together for once," he said. "You have plenty of space." I looked around slowly. 90 people in my home, not one person had asked, and somehow I was expected to feel guilty for being upset. That's when I noticed something sitting on my office desk. A folder. Inside was a printed rental agreement for a private family event venue. My address was listed. My name was signed at the bottom, except it wasn't my signature. Daniel had forged it badly. The contract also stated the homeowner accepted responsibility for injuries, damages, and incidents involving guests. I felt my stomach drop instantly. This wasn't just a family gathering. He had actually turned my home into an unofficial event space without my knowledge. I quietly took photos of every page and emailed them to my attorney. Then I went back downstairs. Daniel was standing in the kitchen, bragging to relatives about how generous I was for letting everyone stay all weekend. I walked up beside him and held up the contract. His face changed immediately. "Where did you get that?" he asked quietly. "My office," I replied. "You forged my signature." He rolled his eyes like I was the problem. "Relax, nobody cares about paperwork." My mother stepped between us immediately. "Please don't ruin this," she whispered. I looked directly at her. "You already ruined it when you walked into my house without permission." The room went silent. For a second, nobody moved. Then Daniel laughed nervously and said, "Well, what are you going to do? Call the police on your own family?" I looked around the room one more time. The broken decorations, the spilled drinks, the strangers sleeping in guest rooms I paid for. Then I looked back at him. "No," I said calmly. "I'm going to let you finish." That confused him more than yelling ever could. I grabbed my laptop, important documents, and a few personal things before leaving the house entirely. I checked into a hotel downtown. And while my relatives continued partying inside my house, my attorney was already preparing fraud reports, trespassing notices, and property damage claims. My phone exploded all night. My mother called me selfish. My father accused me of embarrassing the family. Daniel texted, "You're seriously making this into a legal issue?" I never answered, because by then the locks were already being changed, and Daniel still didn't realize something important. Every security camera inside that house had been recording since the moment the first guest walked through the door.